tell you. I'm actually, you know what? Let me full screen this, bro. I'm gonna give y'all a little story time, alright? So look. I'm gonna paint the fucking picture for you, right? I'm at school, right? I'm at school, right? I'm at school. I'm at the lunch cafeteria area, right? For like, it's Friday. For like, from Wednesday to Friday, there's this nigga that nobody likes, right? Some bitch ass white nigga, bro. Nobody likes that nigga, right? He's talking shit day by day to me for no reason. I don't even really know this nigga. I know his name just because it's high school. I know the nigga name. So we beefing from like, not even we beefing. He talking shit from like Wednesday to Friday. I'm sitting there like, this clown's yapping, not really listening, right? Friday comes. We're at the lunch table. We're all sitting there. It's a circle lunch table. I'm here. My homeboy is here. The guy I don't fuck with is here, and then our homeboys like fill out the rest of it, right? Like 3, 4 other guys. And he's talking shit, right? Blabbling to me, but I don't really care what niggas say about me because he's not in my face. He hasn't touched me. I don't like, words don't hurt me, right? I don't really give a fuck. This nigga's talking. Why was he even sitting with y'all? He's one of those annoying kids that nobody wants there, but he knows like you can't just kick him from the table. We tell him, we told that he's one of those guys. You tell him like to move, he'll sit there like no, and he'll eat his lunch there, and no one in the table will talk to him, and he'll sit there and eat his lunch. He's one of those niggas, bro. You know what I mean, bro? Just weird as fuck, right? Everyone's like, nigga, leave. We don't want you here. He's like, I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. We all have conversations around him. No one is talking to this nigga. Like one of those weird every school has one, bro. Just sits there when no one wants him there, but he just wants to be annoying, or I don't know, whatever, right? He's yapping, right? He says some like slick shit. He's like, oh, I'd fuck your sister. And I turned. I was like, what did you say? And then everyone at the table knew. They were like, oh shit. And I was like, what did you say? He's like, he didn't say it again. He didn't repeat it. But I told him, like, after he didn't repeat it, because I knew he wasn't going to say it again, because nigga knew I was not going to let that shit happen. He didn't repeat it. So I'm like, nigga, say that shit again, and we will actually fight. Like, oh no, what I said was actually, I was eating pizza with ranch, because I did my pizza in my ranch, right? I'm what, sophomore? Kind of still a kid, because what I said was kind of childish. But I told him, I was like, say it again, and I'm going to throw this ranch at you. Like, it was like a cup of ranch. I was like, I'm going to throw the ranch at you, right? So he's like, 5 minutes goes by. He's still yapping, and I'm ignoring him. Oh my god, this is what happens. So he falls over in his chair, right? He's like low-key fat, chubby, right? He falls over in his chair like this. I grab his shirt and lift it up to reveal his fucking fat ass, and it pissed him off because we all started laughing, right? So he says it. That's why I fuck your sister. I grabbed the ranch, chucked it at his face, right? Didn't give a fuck. That nigga can't beat me. I chucked it at his face. Mind you, there's a circle table. I'm here, my homeboy's here, and he's here, right? So there's a nigga between us, right? I throw the ranch at him like this, like kind of across the table, right? He like the ranch smacks him in the face. He goes like this, looks up, and dead ass, like word to my mother, nigga. He spits and it hits me on the fucking cheek. My left cheek, because he was to my left. He hits me right here in the fucking face, right? Once the spit literally makes contact with my face, the nigga in the middle, who's like my homeboy, like that was my nigga, right? He's in the middle of us. He does this, like it's like a circle table where like you're sitting like this, right? Like say we're sitting down, like the table's in front of you. He goes like this. He goes, the spit flies in front of his face, hits me in the cheek. He goes like this, and he backs up. I hit one of the most subtle fucking. I get up, nigga. I kid you not, nigga. I punched the nigga in GTA out of his chair, like out of the bench of the seat. He falls on the ground. I'm on top of him. Boom, 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 like 4 or 5 times. Nothing crazy. I wasn't trying to deal with a bill like hospital type shit. None of that. So, but I'm minking. I'm like mink. Like I'm not wailing on him, but I'm hitting the nigga in the face, right? I'm like dead in the face. Like there's nothing blocking me. He doesn't throw a single punch back. I'm like, okay, this nigga's defenseless. He's a bitch. I got my hits in. He knows he's not gonna ever say that shit again. Obviously, he didn't say that shit ever again. So I'm like, he's defenseless. Fuck that nigga. You know, I did what I gotta do. Everybody saw it. This nigga's a clown. I don't give a fuck. So I get off of him like the grown ass man that I am. Principal comes over, pulls me aside, pull the other like the coach for the football team. If you guys know, like the football coach is always walking around everywhere in case anything goes down. He's always that big burly ass nigga, like, you know what I mean? So he pulls the other kid away. I'm sitting there. Principal's asking me what happened. I said he said he was gonna fuck my sister and he spit on my face. Principal said, "Oh, I would have done the same thing." like, like, I'm really not in the wrong. Like, I really did nothing wrong. I defended because this nigga, like, isn't that battery, chat? Is that not battery? Like, the nigga dead ass put his saliva on my skin, on my face. Like, I'm almost positive that's like a charge, bro. So, I swear to God this happens, right? They take him out of the lunchroom. And they obviously won't walk us together because they're afraid it's gonna happen again. So he walks out. Me and the principal wait for him to leave the lunchroom so that we can also walk out, right? I go to walk out with the principal. So I come out from behind the door in the cafeteria because she had me inside like this little room. I walk out. There's 15 people surrounding my table. Guys, remember I said nobody likes this nigga. He's that nigga at school nobody likes, right? I get out of my shit, and there's 15 niggas surrounding my table. I kid you not, nigga. I get a standing ovation. I get a standing ovation as I'm leaving the fucking lunchroom. The principal is next to me. Like, she's literally like, oh my god, like, they're condoning blah, blah, blah. They're literally clapping, giving me a standing ovation because they're like, finally somebody beat this nigga up, so he's hopefully gonna be less annoying, right? So, and here's the thing. Anytime I got in trouble at school, my biggest like worry was not the fact that I got a referral or the fact that whatever, you know what I mean? The reason I always got scared when I got in trouble in school was because I was like, nigga, I'm gonna get home and my dad's gonna beat my fucking ass. If you're black, nigga, you know. Like, if you get in trouble, the only, like, you're not thinking about what the principal talking about. You're not worried about what the cop who's sitting there in your face talking about. I'm just thinking about, nigga, what am I gonna do when I get home? Because this nigga gonna hit me hard, right? So I'm like, but here's the situation. I'm talking with the principal and I'm like, my dad's not gonna do shit. My dad might take me out for ice cream. A nigga started a fight with me over my sister, and I finished it. He ain't gonna say shit. I'm sitting there. We at the lunch, not the lunch. We in like the office, like with the principal office, right? There's like the corporal sitting there because they want to act all big and bad in front of me for I don't know for what reason. I'm not a fucking crash out, nigga. I beat a nigga up because he's talking about my sister. That's it. Like, I don't fight niggas. Like, I don't walk around school fighting niggas. You know what I mean? So they call my dad, right? I literally was like, I asked him, I was like, can you put it on speakerphone? Acting like I was scared, right? I knew he wasn't gonna be mad, right? They call my dad. He's on the phone. They're like, oh, like, we just want to let you know, like, your son got in a fight at school. I was like, what? And, oh, by the way, I'll mention this. On Wednesday, when this nigga started talking shit, I told my father. I was like, Dad, there's this kid at school who's been running his mouth for God knows what reason, saying crazy stuff about Lexi, who's my sister. He said, really? I was like, yes. If this shit, I told him, I was like, if it keeps going, I'm going to get into a fight. Like, I will beat him up because he knows. Everyone who knows me knows I don't stand about that shit. Like, you can make fun of me, nigga, all you want. I don't care, nigga. But like, nigga, I just don't let it slide, you know? Especially in person. Like, in person, you say it to my face, we will fight. So, they call him. Oh, you're still gonna fight. My dad already knew. He already knew. He said, oh, like, what happened? Your son told me, this kid was going on and on about doing things to his sister and then spit in his face. My dad said, is he in trouble? The principal's like, yeah, he got into a fight. And my dad's like, you want me to come pick him up? Like, on some calm shit. If my dad was mad, my dad would have wanted to talk to me strictly. He would have said, put him on the phone. Like, put him on the phone. That's if he was mad, he would have said, put him on the phone. So, I'm over here like, oh, I'm good. He doesn't want to talk to me. I'm good. He's gonna talk to an adult about situation. We're good, bro. The only person that was mad was my mom, only because I got like out of school suspension, so I was taking days out of school. My mom's a teacher. She's strict about that school stuff, right? So she's like, oh, I'm just mad that you're gonna have to like you're being backed up on schoolwork, blah 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 blah. I'm not tripping about it, nigga. That's 5 days I get to sit there and play fucking Rainbow Six Siege until niggas get out from school. Then I got a 5 stack right when school drops. If you know, you fucking know, right? So that's that. And I ended up having to go to like I ended up having to go to this like Sunday like school. Let me remind you, right? I go into this not Sunday school, but it's like a Sunday class for like an hour and a half about anger management. I am in there with niggas who I was probably 16, 16. I was probably 15, 16. I'm in there with niggas who bring weed to school, been in multiple fights in school, maybe even been in juvenile for a month, fucking beefing their teachers. I'm like, with Hall of Fame crash outs, like Hall of Fame crash outs, nigga. I'm like, what the like what the? I just beat this nigga up because he's talking about my sister, and now I'm in a room with drug heads who are 15 years old selling weed in school, and niggas who are getting in fights constantly. I'm not supposed to be here. But let me tell you what, because of the hood ass gangsta ass nigga I am, I made friends with every single one of them niggas. Also, that nigga didn't say shit to me ever again. Never looked at me. Never said a word to me. Nothing. Nothing. Never. That's my story time. I beat the fuck out of a nigga for my sister, bro. That's really my story time. Chat, first story time is low key a W. Like that's actually I actually have I dead ass forget about that shit because well I don't forget about it, but I just don't mention it. You know what I mean? I just don't mention it. Niggas, somebody in my class went to juvie for stabbing 4 niggas like at once. What the fuck?